Okay, so here's a quick fire quiz, and on this occasion it's going to be on the concept of play. Now, this is what you've got to do. You've got the concept of play. You need to identify as many characteristics of play as you can, as many benefits to play as you can, both for the child and the adult. So, characteristics of play for child and adult. You're going to pause the video just now, have a think about it, and then I'm going to give you some responses. See if your responses match up to the answers that I give you. Okay, so press pause now. So don't allow the video to continue. Pause, think of your answers, and then continue when you're ready. Okay, so the way that you might have gone about this is remembering the acronym TESCO, and that should help us to remember the characteristics of play. Let's look at each one of those in turn. So the first one then is time, and you can see that time and space in play is flexible, it's not fixed. Children, for example, won't say we'll play for half an hour starting at 2:30 and end at 3 o'clock. It's very, very flexible as to when they play, how long they play, and to where they play. So T, time and space is flexible. The next concept then is E, and that is that play is enjoyable. There's a degree, an element, a large degree of enjoyment. It's fun. Alright, so the E is for enjoyment. Okay, so the S then refers to spontaneous. This means that play is often spur of the moment. It's not planned ahead. It just happens at that time, spontaneous. The next concept then is that play can be seen as being childlike. That's to say that there are elements of childish behaviour. It's not just for children, but it's this idea of being slightly less important in reality than maybe normal life is. And the last point here then is that play is optional. It's not something that you have to do necessarily. You have a choice as to whether you want to do it or not. So the O is for optional. Okay, so what about the functions or the benefits of play? So let's look at the adult, for the adult first of all. A series of benefits or functions for adults. Here we are. Okay, so the first of these is stress relief. Play for adults is just releasing stress. Another point then is the idea of play being an escape from the reality of everyday life. It would be a second point as a benefit of play for the adult. And a third point would be simply to relax. Okay, what of the benefits and functions of play for children? Let's have a look at them. Okay, so the main point then is through play children can learn to master reality. That means that they can get better at learning how to cope with all sorts of different situations, and they develop a number of skills. Certain skills we need to make a point of are these. Okay, so that would be social skills, which would be the idea of working with one another, making friends, cooperating to complete a task together. Physical skills would be the learning of new motor skills, development of coordination, for example. Emotional skills would be the idea of learning to accept winning and defeat and handling those emotions. Environmental skills refers to the fact that it's the importance of understanding risk and being aware of safety issues. Cognitive skills refers to using the brain and making decisions, so decision making and problem solving. And moral skills refers to the idea of fair play and the concept or the difference between right and wrong.